The Options Institute presents Master Sessions featuring Dan Sheridan.
Welcome, this is Dan Sheridan at the CBOE in Chicago, beautiful Chicago. Today we're going to speak about a wonderful favorite of mine, an income spread called the Guerilla calendar. Now right away you may be saying to yourself, hey Dan, I've read all the options books. I don't see the Guerilla calendar. Well, keep reading. You won't. I just made it up. Ha ha ha. No. I made this up with a student. I have a mentoring program and I teach people how to trade. And this Italian guy from Pennsylvania thought of it and I borrowed it from him. This is the Guerilla calendar. This is an income spread and we're going to talk about it today. Why do I call this Guerilla calendar? Okay, it's because the object of this position is we want to get in like military in a battlefield. We want to get in, do our damage, bring out money, and get out of there, okay? So guerrilla warfare, let's go. First of all, plan. Remember, never ever trade unless you have a plan. You need to go to every one of your neighbors on the left side of your house, okay? And you need to throw this idea and say, I plan on making options in the next month by doing this. And you need two of your neighbors to say, that makes sense, okay? Now, if you can't do that, okay, don't trade. Save yourself and your family some money. You need a plan. Now, what does a plan involve, Dan? You can either buy options, speculative strategies, you need the stock to move, or income strategies, where you don't need the stock to move to make money. Let me tell you, if you buy new cars every day, do you think you'll make money? Give you a hint. Decaying assets. No way! So, same way with options. If you buy a steady dose of options every day, by calls, unless you're legendary, okay, you will lose money if you do a regular dose. The way to buy options is like a sniper behind a tree. Occasionally you come out and you play when there's a compelling reason. Income strategies, that's where I think the focus of retail traders should be on a monthly basis, okay? Strategies where it doesn't matter, you don't need the market to move to make money. Isn't that great? How easy is it to pick the direction of a stock every day? It's hard. So let's move on. All right, let's focus on the matrix on 8/21, August 21st, and let's get an idea what in the world this guerrilla warfare calendar that Sheridan's talking about. All right, here's the mechanics. You're buying some October 35 calls, 20 of them, and you're selling 20 of the September 35s. Guerrilla warfare, it's a 1 month calendar. Selling the September, buying the October. 1 month calendar. Now, later on in the series, I'll talk a little bit about campaign calendars, okay? Those are where I might sell a September, skip a few months, October, November, and buy a December, okay? So guerrilla warfare calendars are a 1 month calendar, buy Oct, sell September, sell your Septembers about 25 to 30 days out. Why is this an income spread? Because we don't need the stock to move to make money. How do we make money here? Simply, the Septembers decay quicker than the Octobers. That's it, okay? So guerrilla warfare calendar. In this case, look at the prices. We're paying 70 cents for Octobers, selling the Seps for 42. We're paying 28 cents. That's it, small amount of money. If the world ends as we know it, you're out 28 cents. If the stock goes to $2,133,000,000, you're out your $560. How did I get $560? Look at the prices, the market prices. I paid 70, sold it at 42. That's 28 bucks. Times 20 gets you about $560. You got it? That's the most you can lose. Tell your wife, tell your neighbors, that's all you can lose. Now, let's move on. Now, look at September 5th matrix, okay? Now look at the market prices. Just a few weeks later, that 28 cent calendar went to 40 cents. Get out, guerrilla warfare, okay? And a guerrilla warfare calendar, whatever you paid for it, we paid about 28 cents. As soon as you can make 40% on your money, get out, leave Dodge, okay? So 30 cents here, 28 cents, about 40% would be about up to about 40 cents. Here's where it is. Now the prices are $1.10 and 70. You pay 28, get out at 40. That's a guerrilla warfare calendar, okay? And we're going to talk in a little bit about how you can find them at home, okay? But that's the basics of a guerrilla warfare calendar. Very high yield spread. Okay? Now, and let's look real quick at a few graphs. On 8/21, that's the day you put it on. That's the graph of a calendar. Remember, in a calendar, where do you want a stock to go in a calendar? The strikes, the short strike, okay? So you want it to go to 35. It's a very narrow range. And if we're trying to make profit in a very narrow range, do I want to hang around? No. I'd like to be out of this Gorilla's calendar in about 2 weeks. Next, look at the graph at 9/5. We've only had this on a couple weeks, and already we're taking this off. And look at the yield. You say, Dan, 10 cents, $10 on 20 times. That's 200 bucks. That's nothing, right? Look at the yield. Look at the little black baseball there. That's over 35% yield for 2 weeks. Is that shabby? No. So yield is the name of the game in options. As I always tell people, I had this one student say, well, I have $1 million and I made $50,000. And I said, okay, you have $1 million and you make 50. If I have 50 grand and I make 50, who wins? Well, I think you do, sir. Yes, so it's a yield game. It doesn't matter dollars. It's a yield game in this business. So, Guerilla calendar. Okay, put your Army helmet on and let's go through the summary here. Number one, when do you place a Guerilla calendar spread? 25 to 30 days from expiration. Number two, Dan, how much do I pay for these Guerillas? 50 cents or less for the Guerilla calendars. Number three, how do I find them, Dan? Stocks, indexes, or ETFs. If you want to avoid earnings and stuff, deal with ETFs, diamond spiders, and your indexes. I want implied volatilities of 14 to 27. What in the world does that mean? Look at your brokerage firm. They have the platform, and they'll give you volatilities between 14 and 27. What does that mean? You know what? Most of the stocks in your retirement account have a volatility between 14 or 27. So I'm telling you to take a docile group, your non-Googles, your non-RIMs, a docile group, and that's where you're going to do the Guerillas. You're going in at night to an enemy camp, and they're sleeping. And you're going in, you're taking your you're stealing their extra sleeping bags, and you're leaving the campground, okay? Dan, what are you talking about? I have no idea, but I'm sure it has something to do with options. Number four, Dan, I need a little more insight. Okay, you're at the wrong person. No, I'll give you some. Listen, your long option price can never be more than 2 times your short option. So if you're selling something for 30, you can't pay more than 60, okay? That'll keep you out of trouble. The least I want to sell my short option for is 30. Okay? So I'm giving you a whole mouthful here. Number two, commissions. Commissions are around $1 a contract, okay? Excuse me, that's number 5. $1 a contract. What do you mean, Dan? This is very sensitive to commissions. I want you to get around $1 a contract in commissions. Dan, can I get that? It's the norm out there. Expect it and you can get it. $1 commissions. Next, how do I get it executed? Take your mid prices on your brokerage platform. Stay there for about a half hour, then at the most cave in 5 cents, and that's it. Execution's important because you're going in, trying to make 10 cents and get out, okay? Number 7, 1 week after initiating the spread, you're going to place a good till cancel spread in with your broker and just leave it there. So if you buy it at 30 cents, you got an order in there after a week to sell it for 40. If you buy it for 40, you got an order in to sell it at 55 a week later, okay? Planning. When do you close it out, Dan? When the time premium of your short option hits 5 cents. That's when you close it out, okay? Unless, my voice changed, unless you took it off for a profit, okay? Number 9, okay, we're rounding the corner here. If the stock you are looking at has had one of their last 3 earnings gap over 5%, don't do during an earnings month. All right, I threw a lot at you. I gave you kind of a military plan. This is the Guerilla calendar. I'm your boot what do they call that? Boot sergeant, drill sergeant, one of those things. Go over these 9. Paper trade for a month or 2, live trade with 1, 2, and 3 contracts. This is a craft. It takes time. Work on the business, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.